Hello, everyone. This is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness. Please excuse the boxes behind me. I am in the process of redecorating. If you like my content on my channel, feel free to follow everything in the description. Click like if you like this, comment if you like. It's all up to you what you do, and I appreciate any and all feedback. Woodstock 99 Trainwreck, the Netflix original series. This kind of caught me off guard, um, literally, last night. I was getting ready to eat my dinner and looking for something to watch, and I saw this advertised on Netflix, and I thought, I'm going to watch this. I remember this because I almost went to Woodstock 99. I was with my first wife, and she asked me, "Do you want to go?" And I looked at the bands that were playing, and I'm like, "No, it's not really my scene." And it wasn't hers either, so we did not go. And I'm rather glad we didn't, given the way things turned out. But one thing I should point out is we had Woodstock 69, which was hugely successful and it was not widely publicized at the time. Um, People heard through word of mouth and through assorted radio stations in the tri state area that there was this festival occurring in upstate New York. And they just followed the traffic. And a lot of them just parked their cars and walked. And it was really a celebration of peace and love and music. And it was beautiful. You know, all you have to do is watch the movie to know, or listen to any of the concerts that were released of the different band sets that were performed at Woodstock 69 to know how beautiful it was. People tend to gloss over this, and they glossed over this quite profoundly in this documentary. There was another Woodstock sandwiched in between 69 and 99. That was Woodstock 94. It's mentioned, I believe, once in the first episode of this Netflix original series. And it's a one line, Woodstock 94 really didn't make a lot of money for the promoters. And I thought to myself, yeah, right. Um, I'm fairly certain Woodstock 94 was also a pay per view event, and that Woodstock 94 um, had reasonably priced um, ticket prices for all 3 days, but you were getting quality music for all 3 days and a variety of music. And you had some major name acts. You had Metallica. I'm not a Metallica fan, but they're a good band. You had Metallica playing. You had um, who else was a major name act for 94? It's hard to think of 94 and think of who was big at that point in time that played 94. The Red Hot Chili Peppers played, but they were just starting to really become super popular at that point in time. They were still not quite over the cusp of um, mainstream success. They were right on that cusp. When people think back, they think, well, Green Day was there, and Nine Inch Nails were there, and yeah, they were before they became successful. Because overnight, that's all it took. They performed, and people loved them, and the next thing you knew, the albums were flying off the shelves the next day. That is history. Um, Also, with Woodstock 94, there was a lot of merchandising done after the fact. videotapes were sold of compilations of these performances, um, and it was a monumental event. What made it different from 69 and 99? Well, you had more of an alternative crowd. You had these college kids and, um, for lack of better words, outcasts that went there to hear music that they all love and they all could relate to. Um, Even though, not everyone knew who these bands were. After Woodstock 94 happened, all these bands became huge overnight, like I said. Blues Traveler broke through as a result of Woodstock 94. That amazes me. Um, they're a talented band, but you would not expect a band like them to become so popular. Um, and you just it was such a collection of great music, great people, and just sort of this uniform mindset of we're here to experience the music and to share our feelings. It was a more emotional time in the early to mid 90s. Fast forward to 99, which, like I said, is the focus of this documentary. And the first mistake was booking all major name acts for this particular uh, concert. Um, Korn, Limp Bizkit, um, Fatboy Slim, Sheryl Crow, Jewel, just to name a few. I mean, these acts at that point in time were really huge, and there was um, a certain crowd that these bands drew that was not like 94 and certainly not like 69, and it was more of the fraternity type gentlemen, or I should say guys, fraternity guys from college, if that at times. Yeah, you had this mentality of entitlement by males at this uh, festival, um, which is just absurd, and women being objectified left and right, which is also absurd. You look back at 94 and 69, that was not the case. It was a lot more respectful. Then we have the location. It took place in 99, took place in Rome, New York, on a decommissioned military base. Now let that sink in for a minute, because you have a festival with a theme of peace and love, and you have aggressive bands for the most part, but you are surrounded by tarmac and, you know, uh, airplane hangars and just an entire uh, military, uh, an entire military base. An entire military base and peace and love and universal harmony just don't jive together. On top of that, you had ridiculous temperatures, no way to really get cool. They did have water, and if you wanted to have water while you were there, anything that you brought with you was confiscated when you got in, when you were going in, and you had to buy things on site. So you were basically subject to the price gouging that occurred, and it did. For a bottle of water costing $4, to and then going up as the days went on, as the food started becoming more scarce. Um, these are problems that occurred with Woodstock '99. The location, the amount of major name acts that were more aggressive, Kid Rock, um, and at that point in time, these bands were viewed as popular, but they were also more aggressive, and they were also more into, glorifying um, sort of masculinity and that testosterone uh, flowing, or should I say erupting, um, mindset. And it was not a good combination. Um, People were getting sick by the second and third day from uh, unclean conditions for bathing, for toileting. Um, Garbage was everywhere, and even when they tried to clean things up, you just see the kids not helping. And that was not the case in '69 or '90 or '94. It was a different mindset, a different population at '99, and it sort of culminated in this fiery destruction on the final day, and evacuation by members of MTV staff, as well as other news covering the event, and other um, various media, because it was unsafe. If some people braved the storm to get in there and to get shots of whatever, but let me just say that from what I saw in this documentary, it was terrifying to see, and I don't know how justification can be um, done or stated for such an ill planned event. The security was haphazard. Like I said, the conditions. I'm sorry, you don't have a peace and love themed festival on a military base. And then there was this moment when candles were handed out to thousands of attendees who held up the candles for the Red Hot Chili Peppers performing Under the Bridge. But candles start fires, especially when you have enough plywood around. And there was enough plywood there from the various different structures that fires were started. And the environment turned sour very quickly. I think that Woodstock '99 could not be avoided other than by not having it, or by having a different uh, population of individuals attending if there were different bands playing. With the bands they had, there was no way, and the people that were attending, and the environment that was taking place, and it was a recipe for disaster, which is what it was. I highly, highly recommend everyone, even if you're not interested in music whatsoever, check out this documentary. You will not be sorry. It really captures the zeitgeist of Woodstock 99, of 99 itself, and the music and the people. Everything is documented right there. In the, you have people talking about what they recall, and then you have vintage footage of the time, and it's just like, my God, what was it really like that? And you think back, and it really was. So definitely check out Woodstock '99 Trainwreck on Netflix. You won't be sorry. And do some research on Woodstock '94. See what you can dig up online. You might want to definitely check out some of those performances because a lot of those bands went on to be huge. Um, and a lot of the bands already were huge. And there's a cat in the background. How cute. Alright. This is Rob with Media Awareness. I hope you enjoyed my review of Woodstock '99 Trainwreck, the Netflix original series. As previously stated, if you like my channel, if you like my content, do all the stuff that everyone else always says to do. And I look forward to bringing you more videos soon. Have a good day. Bye.